So guys, it's that time of year when we all start watching all the Christmas films. I've already started watching them, and today's video I'm going to go over my top 10 favourite Christmas films. So just before I get into my top 10, I'm going to give a couple of honourable mentions, starting with The Nightmare Before Christmas. It's always a hard one, this one, because it's actually a great one because you can watch it at Halloween and watch it at Christmas, but because it doesn't definitively lend itself to just one or the other, that's one of the reasons it's not in my top 10 Christmas films. But it's a great movie, absolutely love it. The songs are great, the performances are great, and the animation is very, very special. My next honourable mention is Scrooged, starring Bill Murray. This is always a really funny film. Bill Murray gives a really funny and great performance. It's a film that my wife absolutely hates. Me and my brother grew up watching this and we still absolutely love it. So every time it's on, it's just really, really good fun to watch. And my last film of the honourable mentions is Jingle All the Way, the Arnold Schwarzenegger classic. This is a really fun movie. It's just one of those ones, I watch it and in its parts you realise it's quite tacky, it's really quite over the top to the point where it's quite off-putting, but somehow it just works. All the quotable lines from Arnold Schwarzenegger, the basic plot of him going to find a toy for his child for Christmas. It's just a really fun family adventure from start to finish. Every time it's on, I get real joy from watching it. Okay, so now I'm going to go into my top 10. So at number 10, it's The Grinch, starring Benedict Cumberbatch. It's the DreamWorks animated film. I only saw this for the first time just a couple of years ago. I've never seen the Jim Carrey one. Every time I see a little clip of it, it just looks like something I really would not enjoy. And I really like Jim Carrey as an actor. I like a lot of his films, but I don't know what it is about that. I saw that film, or little excerpts from that film, and it just looks like something I wouldn't like. Maybe I might like it. Let me know in the comments below if you really enjoy that version of it. But I really enjoyed this version of it. It's so funny. Benedict Cumberbatch, you'd have to almost like, he don't sound very much like Benedict Cumberbatch, or maybe it sounds more like his Doctor Strange character. But his performance in it, fantastic. The comedy in it, really, really great. And it really gives you the Christmas feel whilst watching it. So yeah, number 10, absolutely The Grinch. At number 9 on my list, I have The Muppet Christmas Carol. This is a film I grew up watching. I love it every time I see it. It really does have Christmas at the heart of the story because it is about Scrooge. And it does it really well, and it has a really nice family-friendly feel to it. And it says something for me to really enjoy this film because I don't actually enjoy Muppet movies in general that much. I've seen this one, as I said, obviously it's on my list, so I really, really enjoy it. And I also like The Muppets Treasure Island. But all the other ones, I've seen little bits of it. I always get bored watching them, and I haven't watched the rest of catalogue of the Muppets films. I don't know what it is about them. For me, it's the story that really, it's Michael Caine's performance that carries the whole thing. Kermit and all the others are really, really great in it, and having is it Gonzo and the rat narrating it, that's just really, really cool. The songs in it are very, very memorable. If you have never seen it, I definitely recommend you watch that one. Number 8, it's The Santa Claus. This is the first film in the trilogy of films starring Tim Allen, but it's only the first one of these films that's in my list. Number 2, although I really enjoy it, and number 3, I really don't enjoy, but this one, it really shows off Tim Allen's humour at its best. It's a very, really lovely story. At the time, it was quite a unique story as well, of having an everyday guy, turn into Santa Claus, and all because of a mistake. And it really plays that out really, really well. And I think why this one is so good and the others just aren't quite as good is because it really does focus on Tim Allen's character's life when he comes back from being Santa Claus. You know, it starts to show off the effect it has on his normal everyday life, his job, his family. Some of those are for the positive, some of those are for the negative side of it. But just a really, really interesting film. Yeah, definitely recommend that one. Number 7 on my list will probably not feature on hardly anyone's list. And I only saw this film just a year or two ago. And now I watch it every year. And that is Click and Collect, starring Stephen Merchant. You can find it on Netflix. You can find it on Amazon Prime at the moment. Really recommend you watch this. It really does showcase Stephen Merchant's humour, and it's the other guy in it. I can't remember. He's a very popular actor in it. Honestly, I cannot remember his name, but they are both really funny in it. If you want to get an idea of what this film's about, it's a cross between Jingle All the Way, without being so over the top as that, mixed with Planes, Trains and Automobiles. So the Jingle All the Way aspect of it is there is a toy that the two of them have to collect, but it's got the elements of Planes, Trains and Automobiles, in that Stephen Merchant's character is much like Steve Martin in that film, in that he can't stand the person he's travelling with. And he has to travel with this person because it's his neighbour who has ordered the toy that he wants to get for his child on click and collect, except for it's a 4-hour drive away in Carlisle. It's all set in the UK, so I love the British feel to the whole film. Really funny humour, some real laugh out loud moments in the film, and it's one of the shortest on this list. This film is only, I think it's just under an hour long, so it just goes down really easy. So yeah, definitely recommend to that one. Number 6 on my list, and I watch this every single year, is Four Christmases, starring Vince Vaughn and Reese Witherspoon. Honestly, I'm just laughing thinking about this film. Love the plot of this film. They can't stand their families. They usually go away for a break somewhere else. They lie to their families. There's always the line in the film, you can't spell families without lies. And they always lie to their families so they can go off on a nice holiday Caribbean adventure somewhere else, or Hawaii or wherever else they go to. But this year, it's the planes all get grounded, so they have to spend Christmas at home, and they have to spend it with their families, and both of their parents are separated, so they have to visit in one day all 4 houses, and each one's just very different from the next. The highlight of the film for me is when they go to Vince Vaughn's character's house. It's full of UFC fighters and family members that have got really old traditional ways that are really outdated. Yeah, it's just really funny. If you've never seen it, definitely watch this film. Number 5 is Home Alone. Now, this actually probably should be higher on my list, but that's just a testament to the other films that are on this list and how good they are. Yeah, Home Alone, a true Christmas classic, a brilliant movie. Watched this ever since I was at the age of about probably 11 or 12. Watched it ever since. It's a really good fun film. The performances in it are all fantastic. It's just iconic with all the traps that he sets up for the bad guys. It inspired so many movies to come out after this as well. The iconic traps they have towards the end of the film are fantastic. Love every single one in there. I really like in this film how they set up how he ends up home alone. You know, like they're eating pizza. They're eating takeaway pizza one night, and there's a bit of a disagreement between Kevin and his brother, his older brother, and things get spilt on the table, and it lands, like the spillage lands all over the tickets, and the dad just sort of picks up everything and chucks it in the bin. It's always the dad's fault, actually. If you watch the sequel as well, I think it's the dad's fault as to why they're late for the airport. But yeah, just absolutely love Home Alone. I probably want to stick this higher on my list. Maybe if you were to ask me on another day, I might actually well put this higher on my list. But solid number 5 is Home Alone. At number 4, we have Miracle on 34th Street. This is the remake version that came out in 1994. Because if you're not aware of it, there's actually a black and white version that came out years and years ago. I've never seen that one, but I absolutely love this for what Richard Attenborough brought to the role. And I think this actually came out a year after Jurassic Park, so I already loved him for his role in that film. And obviously he's an actor that's been in many films before that, but growing up, I think it was Jurassic Park, and this film was my introduction to him. And how he plays Santa Claus is just, it's really magical. I can't think of another word. And I love all the courtroom drama of trying to prove or disprove the existence of Santa Claus. All the other performances by the cast are really good. I love that it's set in New York. That makes the whole film extra special. And so yeah, Miracle on 34th Street. If you've never checked it out, definitely do so. It's a really great film. Number 3 is a film that I wouldn't have expected to have put on my top 10 list, but it absolutely deserves to be there. And that is Christmas Chronicles starring Kurt Russell. This is a really, really Christmassy film. It really gets you into the vibe of Christmas because it's one of the best films that is telling the story of Santa Claus going around one night to deliver the presents for all the children, and he's faced with a scenario it's going to slow him down, and it's really, really interesting to see this whole thing play out. Kurt Russell he does actually give one of the best performances as Santa Claus, and that's saying something because so many people have played the role and played it so well, but he plays it with a charm, and he also really plays the comedy very well as well. Some of the jokes are just so memorable. But yeah, Christmas Chronicles, this was a film that was recommended to me by a neighbour, and I kind of was just like, oh, okay, yeah, I'll get around to watching that. And then when I watched it, the more I see it, the more I love it. And that's why it's so high up on this list. Christmas Chronicles is fantastic. I don't think much to the sequel. The sequel is just a very forgettable film, but I'll always watch this every year. Christmas Chronicles, absolutely brilliant film. At number 2 on the list, it's Elf. This, ever since I saw this is another film where the more I watch it, I absolutely love it. This is going to be on everyone's top 10 Christmas films of all time list, and rightly so as well. And it's nice that this film only came out in, I think it was like 2003, somewhere around there. I saw it in the cinema, and it just became an instant classic. For Will Ferrell's performance is so iconic. Every joke he says has become like a line that everyone quotes, me included. We always say lines from this movie, and that is another film that really gets you into the vibe of Christmas because it features so heavily in the story. And I love that this ends up becoming like what happens in the film becomes the book that he releases at the end of the film. That just really adds a nice bow on the whole thing. And also what really adds to Will Ferrell's performance is having the complete opposite in his dad. His dad is so like the straight man. The guy is like, who is this elf? Who is this adult dressing up as an elf? Is he absolutely crazy? And those two, their conflict is really what really makes the film for me. So now let's go to number 1 on my list of all-time Christmas films, and that is Home Alone 2. I remember watching this in the cinema when I was very, very young. I absolutely love this film. It's actually, for me, obviously, it's better than the first film. I did say when I was ranking this, and when I mentioned Home Alone probably has the stronger, the neater story, but this one, the fun factor is just so much greater because it adds in extra things in the middle of the film. I think if you've watched Home Alone and then Home Alone 2, this one for me gets a lot more better rewatch value, because in Home Alone, the start of the film and then the end of the film are the greatest parts of the film. Not to say that the middle isn't great, but in Home Alone 2, it just takes it up to 11 with the great performances by Tim Curry and the others who play the hotel staff. They're like an extra set of villains. Also, how the film features New York. New York is almost a character in itself in the movie, and it really does showcase the city as a really good holiday destination to visit. So much so that people often go to New York every year in December, despite the cold, to see it all lit up at Christmas, and it's because of this film. The character of Kevin adds a real charm to the movie. I love everybody in this film, including Marv and Harry. And I think they actually take some of the stunts, the traps that they do at the end of the movie. They, as every sequel should, you should always turn it up a bit greater, and they certainly do, because I think people watch. Sometimes I think it was. I was discussing this when watching it the other night. You were like, okay, at what point would Marv and Harry be dead from the traps that they get themselves into? And I think for Marv, just those bricks that get thrown at his head, which is such a funny scene, I think that would just take him out of the picture completely. But yeah, top to bottom, love this movie, and it's such an easy film to watch, and it's got so many quotable lines. So yeah, my absolute favourite film of the Christmas films is Home Alone 2. So are you currently watching Christmas films this December? Have you started to watch them? Are you already doing so? Which ones are you watching? Which ones have you watched? And what are your all-time favourites? What's your top 10? Let me know in the comments below. I'd be really interested to know. If you did enjoy today's video, do leave us a like and subscribe. And if you are enjoying the content, you can check out lots more on my playlists with movie reviews, movie rankings, movie locations and movie attractions, and more content to come in the future. I want to thank you again for watching. Merry Christmas, and until next time, I'll see you at the movies.